Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. McCarthy looking to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Jerry Jeudy, the intended receiver. So they're left facing third and long.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Back to the air, McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down. Again, Daniel Whelan heading out for another punt. And he sends this one straight up, trying to stick them deep. And he's just going to fair catch that one at the 24-yard line. No return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He fires one deep down the middle. Big gain downfield. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Herbert on 1st down. He's looking deep once again. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
2nd and 10 now, Herbert. They'll touch him down a couple of yards away from that marker.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. Easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
Herbert throwing again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they're left with 4th and short. Herbert to throw once more. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Finds a seam down the middle. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles face a 4-point deficit. Folk on now to try the point after. The point after splits the upright. And the Eagles cut it to a field goal game.
Eagles 14.
Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. Forced out to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
2nd and 10 now. This is on target to Christian Watson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Herbert now. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And they're going to have to regroup after this one.
A quarterback clock. It is so important to play in the position and playing it efficiently. You got to know. You got to have that clock in your head because that's enough time in this league to get rid of the ball. That's a lesson this QB's got to learn.
Tough for big yards on the right side. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage. And that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Buys time, rolling right. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. And they just did.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Finds his man. It's Ricky Pearsall. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. It's a gain of 22. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On play action now, McCarthy. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. Trying getting it to Jerry Jeudy. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10, McCarthy. He's loaded another one up. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Wow, special teams highlight here. What a kick, downing it at the 1. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Herbert out of his end zone. Bails out of the pocket quick. He takes it himself. And he gets this to the 5 before going out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Throwing from near his own goal line. Escapes the pocket. Finds his back complete. And he's out of bounds just short of the 15. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. To throw, Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That's now the 3rd sack of the game, and I know how these defenders start to think, how many more can I tally up before this one's over? Still a bunch of game time. And this defense, well, they're feeling it.
Another try following the sack. That'll be Cox. Here's Ty Chandler. And he's going to be out of bounds, I think, a yard or 2 short of the 20 here.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
On 3rd down, Herbert. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. 65 yards on the punt there. And the Eagles will take possession. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. That's caught by Chris Olave. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a 1st.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he can't hang on to it in the end zone. Not an interception, only an incompletion. So they get it back. 2nd down coming up.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
McCarthy trying again on 2nd down. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Mosley. And the Raiders take over on his 5th interception of the season. 2nd down, they go pass here, and it's intercepted to kill the drive.
And that is one way defensively to get your teammates off the field. That was all about anticipation. Great move there by the defender to take it away and put his offense on the field.
First and 10, Herbert. Fits it through the middle. And he's able to get this down to the 36. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
Look at all this time. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. So it'll be second down.
And look at the big fellas working their tails off up front. That offensive line gave the QB ample time. Unfortunately, just no completion to be found down the field.
Flush down now to his left.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Sideline. He's got it. And he gets the feet down, too. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Escapes out to the left. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly. Here comes the final play of our first half. A final throw before the break. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is, if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. From the 37. Pearsall there to grab it. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for an Eagles first down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He's on the move. Finding Judy. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
From the 34. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says 2 things in every production meeting. Number 1, Well, we got to stop the run. And number 2, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
He'll get 3, but much work left for him on 2nd and goal. Again, here's McCaffrey. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Olave with the catch. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
I got to be honest, it hurts a little extra when it comes on 3rd down, but it really doesn't matter what down it is. If a completed pass is stopped at the line of scrimmage, offensively, that's a failure. Defensively, that's a success.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. McCarthy to throw for it. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Hits the sideline to the 20. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
Throwing on 1st is Herbert. He puts some juice on a deep throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Eagles take over on his 11th interception of the campaign. Well, Brock, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception right there.
We know that no lead in this league is safe ever, ever, ever. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. They all seemingly come down to the final possession anyway. And with a whole half of football left, you just can't give away too many possessions like that.
On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. 70 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Going on 3rd, McCarthy. Complete beyond the marker. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. On the move, headed right. Finding Pearsall. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
It's a gain of 4 there, and that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. Prime getting it to Jerry Jeudy. And now it's 2nd down. Now it's McCarthy. Dump off caught by his back. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. This one intended for the running back. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Chased out to his right. He tucks it and takes off. And they'll have it across midfield as he runs out. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
It's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Watson with the catch. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Herbert from the gun. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage, to make that in cut and make the catch.
From the red zone now. Forced out to his right. He can run it. And he goes out of bounds after getting them to the 7. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that 1st down anyway.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Buys time, rolling right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Herbert. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Watson coming in motion right. 3rd and goal. Here's Herbert. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. It's a T.J. Hockenson touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders push the lead to 2 scores now. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This one's going to be a return from deep in the end zone. They crush him right along the 20. That is where their offense is going to take over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. He puts some power on a deep one left. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tried getting it to Jerry Jeudy. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. McCarthy looking to throw. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. They connect on the deep shot. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
Brock, you remember when they were near their own end zone? Yeah, things have totally changed now. 1st and 10 in enemy territory. Looking to throw, McCarthy. He's got it at the 5. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles have cut it to a 3-point game here in the 4th. Folk on now to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now Herbert to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. Oh, look at this, here he goes. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's good for Raiders first.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
And he gets absolutely pumped to end that one. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
That one's complete right side. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a Vegas first down. They're set up at the 35 now. Herbert on first down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And that's caught. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders push this Mason with the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders push the lead to 2 scores now. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Into the hands of Olave. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Working quickly here. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. This is complete to Olave. And the nice gain is met by a punishing hit to bring it to a halt.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Throwing from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then. And the running back's still doing it to this day.
Olave with the catch. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s. Versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain, and now they're just inches short for 3rd down. Now McCarthy. This finds Likely. And that'll be enough for the 1st as they touch him down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Throwing on 1st, it's McCarthy. This ball's caught by McCaffrey. Breaks the tackle, still going.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 7. Into the hands of Likely. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Eagles losing by 9. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Quick pass, right side, complete. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Back to the air, McCarthy. He rolls to his right. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles have cut it to a 3-point game here in the 4th. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. A big spot for the Eagles now as they go for two.
The Eagles will set up for the two-point
It's caught! Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this two-point attempt fails.
Eagles 34.
So with less than a minute and a half to play, they must recover this onside effort. Oh, the Eagles are celebrating, and they did! They got that one back! Well, Brock, you can't blame him with how tough it is to recover an onside kick anymore, but he did hit it before it went 10 yards, so they had to throw the flag. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Got a man. It's Njoku. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Oh, he lost the football. And the Eagles get to it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You're using this play to try for a first down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for third down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
He'll look to throw it. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Trying to find his tight end. So that brings up 2nd down. Setting up to pass. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Hey, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond a 3 and out.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. To throw. Getting out to his left. He finds him beyond the marker. And they take him down right along the 30.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Here he is to throw. Taken in by Likely. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. But I'll tell you what, these tight ends of today, the way they can run and break tackles and get in the open field, they truly are some of the best athletes on the team.
Back to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Mosley.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Trying to set this up quick.
And the Las Vegas first down. First and 10.
Herbert now off the play fake. Headed out right. And it's incomplete, but hey, who cares? They've got the lead, and we are out of time in this one. So put this in the win column for the Raiders. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.